VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Laura Owens and Brian Cicerello. The news with Angel McTire and Brad Melvin. State of the Arts with Kelly Delaney and Nikki Gresco. Out of the Box with Kristen Fox. In Layman's Terms with John Layman. And special reports from Brad Slater and Kendra Cruz. And now from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine, with your hosts, Laura Owens and Brian Cicerello.
Hello and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Laura Owens.
And I'm Brian Cicerello. Well, we've got a really full show for you all this week, so unfortunately you're not going to be hearing all that much of our witty banter.
Thank goodness, actually.
You know, I like our witty banter.
At least somebody does. Well, I mean, I don't mind the banter, it's just the bad jokes.
Well, there's just no pleasing some people.
Girls gotta have standards.
Oh, yes, and we've got some of our standards on the show this week. Our weekly news, Nikki and Kelly with State of the Arts, and a veritable plethora of segments.
Yay, plethora. Well, why don't we get things rolling with the news? Angel and Brad?
Another edition of Midstate Magazine News. I'm Angel McTire.
And I'm Brad Melvin. A local resident hopes to use state money to make a difference in cigarette use among youths. Don Johnson, director of Holt Health Education Center, hopes to receive part of Illinois' share of the tobacco lawsuit settlement. Johnson has lobbied 3 representatives and 4 senators. He has also gained commitment from Representative Dave Leach and Senator Kirk Dillard. The legislators are planning to gain $180,000 for the Holt Center. Johnson anticipates using $20,000 for new equipment in the center's drug awareness theater and staff development training, $18,000 for tobacco use research among youth, $100 to help offset general operating costs, $10,000 to develop and publish post-program materials for teachers and students, and $25,000 to create an interactive exhibit for Hoyser Hall on Bradley campus. Before Johnson receives any funding, the state must decide how much will go to prevention efforts.
It has always been a difficult job to raise a family, especially alone. Thanks to Peoria's Big Brothers Big Sisters organization, children from single-parent homes have received special mentoring from Peoria area residents for the past 20 years. Midstate's Katie McEnroe has more.
Today's children will be tomorrow's leaders. To steer them in the right direction, the Big Brothers Big Sisters program of Peoria sponsors adult mentors. These mentors devote their time to children who need a friend who they can look up to and depend on. This program can best be explained by its Peoria area director, Jeff Parmenter.
What we want to do is recruit as many people as we can, adults over the age of 18, to befriend one of the children that get in our program, and then basically help them to work through the formative years into adulthood.
Big Brothers and Big Sisters come to volunteer from many different backgrounds.
Right now we have about 120 matches. That's a person one-on-one with a child. Average age of a volunteer right now is about 35 years old.
The search for volunteers is a continuous process.
We're looking for folks that can spend 2 outings per month with a child. Those outings usually last 3 to 5 hours. To work on a variation of goals that are set forth by the family. Be a friend. You're not a parent. You're not the guardian. You're a friend. You give them an ear. You try to work through some things and assist them. We can really affect delinquency, but when we're only working with 120 kids a year, I don't think we're really touching it. 25 to 30% of the population of Peoria is single-parent families. That's not to say that all them kids are in trouble, but if you do go to the court system and you check out their records down there, 90% of those kids in the court system are from single-parent homes.
Jeff not only supervises volunteers, he is one himself.
Big for 5 years. My kid, we got a good relationship, and he basically, during an interview a couple years ago, told the audience, I guess, in Central Illinois, that I was going to be his big brother till the day I die.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Katie McEnroe.
Squirrels and birds seem to be causing more problems again with the Corrington Avenue substation. A power outage that may have been caused by a squirrel left several Peoria residents without electricity for 7 hours on Tuesday. The areas affected by the outage include customers between North Forest Hill Avenue, West Bigelow Street, and East Knoxville. 978 Central Illinois Light customers, Von Steuben Middle School, and District 150 headquarters were also affected by the power outage. According to Silco spokesman Neil Johnson, a 4-kilowatt transformer located at the station at the corner of Peoria and Corrington Avenue short-circuited and caused the outage. Silco workers replaced it with a portable substation and managed to restore the problem earlier than expected. This was the third outage since October, but the second time this month power companies had an outage at the station. A large bird allegedly caused the outage in October that affected 1,600 customers. And a squirrel was suspected as a cause of the outage on February 8th that left 1,000 people in the dark.
These recent power outages probably didn't bother members of the Astronomical Society of Peoria. For years, this society has been mapping the stars from observatories around the area, especially spreading their knowledge to the young and old from the Lakeview Planetarium. Leap Day appears to be a popular time for the East Peoria Young family. Aram R. Young, Dwayne Young, and their 12-year-old daughter Brittany just received a new addition to their family. Ariant James Young was born on Tuesday, February 29th at 2:30 a.m. at the Methodist Medical Center, the same day her sister was born 12 years ago. The odds of having two siblings born on Leap Day are 1.3 million, according to Bradley University professor Alan Hufkett. About 1,460 people were born on Leap Day. 10 babies were born at the Methodist Medical Center, and 2 were born at OSF St. Francis Medical Center on the 29th. The mother, Dwan, said that she never did imagine both children would share a birthday on a day that comes once every 4 years.
Amtrak is expanding their routes, but they are going to pass the greater Peoria area, leaving the city without replacement for its train service, which was lost 4 years ago. Air service cuts to and from Detroit, and the lack of a direct highway to the Chicago area has left Peoria in dire need of tourism. Apparently, Amtrak's plan has made it even harder for people to get to the Peoria area. As indicated by Amtrak spokesman Kevin Johnson, the reason they are not expanding to Peoria is based purely on economical reasons. For a rail service to be brought to Peoria, more people must support the issuing of the line.
The Willow Knolls Country Club and the Peoria YMCA will merge to the Willow Knolls Family YMCA. Ted J. Fleming, chairman of the YMCA Board of Trustees, says the YMCA has been looking for a Northwest Peoria location for 5 years. With the new agreement, Willow Knolls Country Club members will continue to pay $500 annual fee and will have access to the YMCA's facility at no extra cost. Current YMCA members will be charged on a sliding scale from $4 to $23 a month extra. Fleming also claims that he is optimistic the new facilities will keep a large percentage of the Willow Knolls members and a fair number of current YMCA members.
Thank you for watching this edition of Midstate Magazine News. I'm Angel McTire.
And I'm Brad Melvin. Back to you, Brian and Laura.
All right, thanks Angel and Brad.
You know, Laura, I hope we can keep up with the show this week. I mean, it already feels pretty fast-paced.
Come on, Brian, we're professional amateurs. We can do it.
I hope you're right. Well, I could use a little break.
What a coincidence. We're coming up to one right now. Stay tuned.
Service to Chicago Cubs. Being a good father is like playing baseball. You gotta show up for the game. Time goes by quickly, but you can score big time if your heart's in the right place. Being a great dad means more than paying the rent or putting food on the table. It means being there when you're needed. It means doing things and going places together. In this game, you're the MVP. Relate to your kids. Fatherhood can be child's play.
Put children first. Call the Illinois Department of Public Aid, Division of Child Support Enforcement.
If you saw a minus sign every time there was a plus sign, you'd think this was correct too. Call now to help your child manage his learning disability. There's no reason to be held back.
Fruits and vegetables. You know, you ought to eat more of them. Yeah, eating 5 servings a day is a great way to stay healthy. Woo! You'll feel better and you'll have energy, too. Yeah. That's what the people from the National Cancer Institute say. After all, you are what you eat.
All kids have trouble staying within the lines. After the 3rd grade, it could be a sign of a learning disability. With the right help, most kids go on to do well in school. Call now to help your child manage his learning disability. There's no reason to be held back.
You're seeing a video of elephant training. Beatings are a daily part of a circus elephant's life. We want to put an end to elephants in circuses. We freed these 2. Please help us free the rest. Thank you.
And we're back.
But not for long. You see, it's already time to go visit Nikki and Kelly in State of the Arts.
I believe they have a sculptor this week.
Does he do mashed potatoes?
No, he's a real sculptor.
Hey, there's a certain amount of skill in mashed potato sculpting.
Which I doubt you have. Anyway, take it away, Nikki and Kelly.
Hi, and welcome back to another edition of State of the Arts. I'm Nikki Gresko.
And I'm Kelly Delaney. As archaeologists have proven, creating three-dimensional objects for aesthetic purposes is a practice that is as old as time.
But as materials and times have changed, what are today's sculptors doing? Here to answer some of your questions and share his amazing work is sculptor and Bradley University professor Fisher Stultz. Welcome to our show, Fisher.
Thank you.
So, Fisher, you're a professor here at Bradley. What are some of the challenges that you face teaching beginning students who haven't had much exposure, especially to new materials like steel?
Well, with new students coming in, we're really looking for people that have a good sense of design, a way of putting forms together and concepts, ideas that they really want to project in 3 dimensions. And the processes, those will come along with a little bit of help, demonstration, explanation, and practice.
And we understand you teach a bronze class. Does this process start with a plaster mold? Is that right, or how does the process start? Just explain the process.
Yes, we do teach a beginning bronze class that, to begin with, we start with the most basic method of casting, cope and drag casting, where we do use a pattern to get a form in sand. And quite often that form is, or that pattern is made out of plaster. Okay. In this particular clip, you can see us removing the crucible from the furnace, and we're going to transfer that to a set of bull horns. And once it's transferred, then we will lock the crucible in place and use those to pour the metal into the cope and drag mold. The pattern has been removed, and there's been a cup and a channel made to access that hollow space where the pattern created the impression.
Very cool. And so so how hot does this bronze have to be?
The bronze is about 2,000 degrees when we pour it.
Oh my goodness.
It melts about 1750, and there's a range of maybe 50, 75 degrees that we think of as an ideal pouring temperature.
Okay.
And this is a finished plate just coming right out of the mold.
Okay. Nice. And now we'd like to talk a little bit about your work. I've been lucky enough to see 2 of the pieces that you've had at Chicago's Navy Pier exhibit. I remember seeing both Seduction and Sphere of Influence. And we have a couple of your maquettes that you've done. Did you want to explain to us what a maquette is and then explain a little bit about your work?
Yeah. Right. A maquette is really just a name for a scale model of the final form. And we use those to work out potential problems, joinery, some of the detail in the piece before going to large scale.
Wow. Very cool.
Okay.
We noticed that your pieces from the Navy Pier, what how'd you go about doing that, and what was why did you go? Why did you do it?
Well, in the Navy Pier pieces, there's been kind of a series. I didn't intentionally start a series with the first piece, but it has kind of developed into one. In each one of these pieces, there's been a central sphere.
Steel? Is it steel?
The first one was cast iron. The second one is a cast or spun aluminum ball, and there's a metal spinning process where that is a ball is formed. But in sphere of influence, this piece, the viewer can access the interior of the work. The ball spins on a bearing, light filters in through the larger shell-like form and projects out onto the smaller spheres, which were created by students in a beginning sculpture class.
And what's this piece about?
This piece is called Miracle. It's alabaster and steel. I did this piece in 1995, right before the birth of my first son, Hank.
Oh.
And so it's about the birth of.
That's really neat.
Now, do you prefer to work with steel? Is that your preference, or?
I do enjoy working in steel. It's easy to work large scale with that material. Forms can come together very quickly. It has certain properties of being able to span long distances without support, which make it real easy to work with. And in Peoria, there's a lot of steel available. So.
And what's this piece right here?
This piece is called Cradle. It was for my second son, Matthew, and I just finished that piece this summer. It has that same sphere type of form that we've seen in other pieces. This time it's in travertine and has bronze elements and a limestone kind of arc that holds the piece in suspension.
Wonderful. Wow. So can I have a present? Can you make a sculpture for me?
Oh, well, I think we can probably do something about that.
What's this one about?
This is, it seems like we're on the subject of birth with the ones that are coming up right now, and this one is called Birth. This piece was created while my major professor at the University of Georgia and his wife were expecting their first child, and in fact the day that we critiqued that piece was the day the baby was born. In that hour that we were doing the critique.
Oh, how nice.
So it's kind of an interesting.
That's really neat. And did you want to tell us a little bit quickly about the piece that you have on for this exhibit for Navy Pier?
New Era, the latest in the Navy Pier show. That one is going to be a similar form to the last three works. There will be a 3-foot diameter sphere. This time, rather than being enclosed in some other form, the sphere has moved outside of that. There are a couple of interlocking cage-like forms and some structural steel beams, as have been the case in the previous three pieces.
Wonderful. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing that at the Navy Pier exhibit. Thank you so much for joining us, Fisher.
Thank you so much, Fisher. I appreciate it. And this wraps up another edition of State of the Arts. Thank you very much. And back to you, Brian and Laura.
Thanks.
Thanks, ladies.
You know, I always love it when we have an artist on.
We always have an artist on.
Well, thanks, Bri. I mean, I don't often consider myself an artist.
Well,
but
yeah, well, neither do I. I wouldn't, consider you much of an artist either. Anyway, why don't we go take a break right now? Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
If you saw a minus sign every time there was a plus sign, you'd think this was correct too. Call now to help your child manage his learning disability. There's no reason to be held back.
I'm a zebra mussel, and you're thinking party food. Well, I got news for you. We're not edible. But we're planning a party. Just me and about 1 billion of my closest friends wreaking havoc in many rivers and lakes. We'll be hanging on boats, motors, docks, cluttering beaches like college kids at spring break. Even plugging power plants and waterworks, not to mention swiping food from the locals.
Sorry, Wally.
To keep us out, drain your live wells and bait buckets. Remove all aquatic plants and party-crashing zebra mussels every time you trailer your boat. Remember, this ain't no clam bake. Clean boats mean clean waters.
You're seeing a video of elephant training. Beatings are a daily part of a circus elephant's life. We want to put an end to elephants in circuses. We freed these two. Please help us free the rest. Thank you.
And Welcome back.
Well, we've got Kristen Fox and Kendra Cruz coming up.
Yes, that we do.
Kristen is taking us out on the golf course to teach us a few things.
Yeah, and Kendra has a interesting poultry question for us.
Well, here's out of the box with Kristen Fox.
With spring on its way, people are trying to adopt new activities into their lives. One activity that should be on everybody's mind this season is the forgotten game of golf.
Golf is an exciting sport, and as Doug Pinter and Dustin Martin demonstrated, it's fun for everyone.
Well, it's a sport that anybody can play, young or old. You can start at any age. You know, it gets a little more difficult as you get up there in years, but it's still a very fun sport you can play at any age at all to start with. It's different than any other sport, say basketball or baseball, where you've got teammates, 4 of the teammates in basketball, you've got 8 other teammates in baseball, where when you're playing golf, it's yourself against, say, the golf course.
Golf is for anyone who loves to be outside.
Get outside, relax, hang out with some friends, it's a good time.
Still, anybody can start and anybody can learn it.
When I think of golf, I envision an older group of men playing, but in recent years, the younger generation has taken the lead.
I've seen a lot more ladies coming out to the course.
Definitely.
Juniors are a big thing. They're the golfers of tomorrow. And if you ever look out on a golf course, probably 40 or 50% of the golfers are juniors.
One of the big reasons that the juniors are really taking initiative to this sport is, you know, I have to say it is Tiger Woods.
With role models like Tiger Woods and David Duval topping the charts, it's easy to see why the Junior Open has become so popular. But you don't need the skill level of Tiger in order to enjoy golf.
It can be a very competitive sport, but then again, you can take your leisurely weekend golfer. He just goes out to have a good time, goes out to the course to enjoy the weather, play the game with some friends, and you know, not necessarily be real competitive with it, but have fun with it. Still want to take that initiative to learn the game, and that's the first start, to take that initiative and to learn to love the game. It's just that feeling that goes through you. And when you hit that shot, you hit it nice and solid, and you watch that ball go way out there. And it's just like, I did that. I hit it with this crooked stick. I hit that little ball out there straight. How did I do that? And then you're hooked.
Every golfer anticipates that exhilarating moment when you get the chance to drive the ball home.
Send him home. I just send him home. It's time to go home there, ball.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Golf can be frustrating, but not if you learn the basic skills.
To hit a golf ball solidly is more than just luck. It's skill, and the way you get that skill is come out in practice.
As you can see, golf can be a difficult sport, but only if you do not grasp the fundamentals of the game.
Just play it, take a couple swings, and you hit that first good shot, and it's just a feeling that goes through you that just makes you feel really good, and it's a lot of fun.
Kristen Fox, Midstate Magazine.
Well, thank you very much for that, Kristen. Now we have to go to our man on the street, Kendra Cruz.
Shouldn't that be person?
Shut up, Laura. Kendra?
Hey, this is Kendra Cruz, and I'm standing outside the One World Cafe. I'm here to find out just how awake these coffeegoers really are. If a rooster is sitting on top of that slanted building and he lays an egg right at the tip of it, what side would the egg roll down on, the left or the right?
On the roof of that building?
Yeah.
Roosters don't lay eggs.
Good job. If a rooster lays an egg on the top of that slanted building right there, right at the tip, what side would the egg roll down on?
I'm not sure.
You have any idea?
Maybe the left side?
Any reason why, or you just think the left side?
Sounds right.
It rolls down the right side, and I'm positive.
You are? You're positive?
Absolutely positive.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, if a rooster lays an egg on that slanted building right over there, what side would the egg roll down on?
Down.
It would roll down? No. What side, the left or the right?
The right.
The right side? Do you have any idea why, or you just think the right side?
The wind.
The wind? Okay, thanks.
Sorry, I cannot ask this question.
Okay, thank you. What's the left or the right?
To the left.
How come?
Well, if you mean if it lays it on the very top?
Yeah, the very top.
It would roll down this way because the wind's blowing this way.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Okay.
Probably the right side.
Right side? Any idea why, or you just think the right side?
It looks a little bit more slanted on the right side. At least I think so.
Okay, thank you. If a rooster lays an egg on that slanted building, what side does the egg roll down on?
Roosters don't lay eggs.
Thanks. This is Kendra Cruz from Midstate Magazine, and that's the word of the street for today.
Well, welcome back. I think we got layman's terms on deck and Bob's somewhere.
I don't think I can make it, Laura.
I'm sure you can if you just, calm
Water.
down. You need some water?
Water.
You want some water? Have some water.
That's not water.
Geez, nothing gets by you, does it?
Hey. Well, you're right. No, nothing does get by me. I think we're going to go to John in layman's terms. Beam me up, Johnny.
Is the plane? No, it's... in layman's terms. Haven't you ever wanted to have superpowers? You know, abilities that set you out among your peers, let you stand above other mere mortals. I knew you did. Well, here at In Layman's Terms, we're going to help you out. We're going to research how to become a superhero.
But how would superpowers work? In this age of genetic advancement, we decided to call in the big guns. So we asked local molecular geneticist Dr. Kurtz to make a superhero.
Well, I think in the long term, I think in your lifetime maybe we'll have enough gene therapy that you can make yourself heal faster and bulk up a little bit.
But what if I want to shoot laser beams out of my eyes?
It is conceivable. There are proteins known in bacteria and other organisms that are fluorescent, that do produce light on their own. But if you could produce enough light inside the eye, you could focus it with that lens, I would assume, as long as you didn't have too much power and burn it up.
With so many superheroes to choose from, I can't decide who to be. I wanted a second opinion, and who better to ask than a local comic store owner?
Probably Batman, probably. It's just throwback from when I was a kid. I used to watch the TV show. Superman's powers are pretty cool. He seems pretty invincible. Snoopy doesn't count.
How about you, Doc?
Spider-Man, because he does whatever a spider can.
Who are the superheroes of the new millennium?
It seems like Spawn's probably it. It just seems like it's grittier and more dark and everything. That seems like sort of the mood more like with comics now. Pokemon cards themselves outsold everything else in the store combined for like 3 months straight.
Spawn versus Pokemon.
Since doing this segment, I've decided to become a superhero myself. In fact, my superhuman powers got me up in this tree. But would somebody help me get down? With Jonathan Lehman desperately seeking assistance. This is In Layman's Terms.
Oh, God, I think I need a breather. Thanks, John. Oh.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be... Oh! Get a hold of yourself!
Oh, Bob, help. Farm report?
When you're wearing spurs, don't ever squat.
Looks like we did it.
Full show, and we got it done with only a mild coronary.
Not too bad. Nope.
Yeah, well.
Of course we could do it.
I doubted it for a second.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know
Bob,
what you were gonna say.
Where does he come up with these things?
Thank God for those Spurs. Well, anyway, that's Midstate Magazine for this week. I'm Brian Cicerello.
And I'm Laura Owens. Goodbye and take care.